want to address this real quick before we go any further. I'm sure you both have heard people make this excuse. Like, you're just businesses. They're insured. Why are you so concerned about them? Well, I'm concerned about them because, number one, you don't have the right to burn down somebody's business. I don't care if it's insured or not. Number two, you don't know that they're going to get fully compensated for everything you destroy. All right. Number three, you're going to make the rates go up. And number four, people aren't going to want to put businesses where they're liable to be burnt down. So congratulations, you fucked yourself. Right? Yep. What will be people always talking about? Oh, why don't businesses go in these low-income neighborhoods? We need jobs too. Yeah, you may need jobs, but if you burn down the businesses that are where your neighborhoods are, people aren't going to want to take the risk to put up a business where you're at. Right? Why aren't there any big retail stores in poor neighborhoods? Well, precisely because theft is a big deal there. Right? So they don't put big box retail stores in poor neighborhoods for that very reason. And they're not going to do it in the future because you'll burn them down.
Yeah, there's a big chicken and egg argument in regards to the correlation between poverty and crime. Some people think that poverty creates crime because people are desperate and steal things that they want or need because they can't afford them. And then the flip side of the argument is that high crime areas cause poverty because businesses refuse to go into the areas simply because the crime is so high and the risk doesn't justify the reward, and you kind of get this feedback loop of a place just gets poorer and poorer, and more businesses either close up shop or never move in to begin with. And with this rioting and burning down businesses and everything like that, the chances of these low-income neighborhoods pulling themselves out, regardless of whether poverty causes crime or crime causes poverty, it's irrelevant at this point, because the chances that these low-income areas are going to pull themselves out of this feedback loop of poverty and crime is now, sad to say, zero. Absolute zero.
Yeah, at this point, I think, there's plenty of black business owners that are just, they're just tired of seeing their own businesses being destroyed. And at this point, even as we saw, the victims of the shooting, I guess the attackers really not even, they're victims of their own actions is what they are. But these people, because they're so vehemently trying to capture this moment and use these black businesses or just these impoverished communities as fuel for their fire, they're now the victims of their own mechanisms. These guys who are saying that, yeah, property is worth being destroyed. We can break these windows and justify it in order to get our goals. And just the way that they've continued this, it's now blowing up in their faces. We're gonna see a response, as we did see people like all those Trump supporters showing up into Portland this other day. It's backfiring, and instead of actually solving these issues as the initial Black Lives Matter movement started, we're actually seeing the organization's goals being what's successful in actually dividing people. It's now, we actually are moving closer to civil war than revolutionary war.